They said it was more than just a driver. They sent him the storm on wheels.
Hello everybody, welcome to Jericho Blossom #9 YouTube channel. It is still Saturday the 7th. This is video number 2 for today. Gonna have one more later on in the day. Round 21 is the race we're on today. We are racing in Brazil. I know this video's up later than what I expected. I expected it to be out at noon, but I just had some things to do today with the wife, so. But it's up. By the time you're seeing this, I've finished my editing and I got it up, and I'm probably starting on round 22 as you see this one. So anyway, let's get into it.
It's a Saturday showdown. Anyone fancy some hot laps around Interlagos? It's qualifying day here for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix.
All right, let's get into qualifying. Round 1. Okay, I can't make no changes. Let's go.
Drop to P20.
No off track there, we're okay.
Less than 1 lap of fuel left now. The tank's pretty much empty.
And that's it for sprint qualifying.
Hey,
Plenty more coming up over the rest of the weekend. So we'll see you all tomorrow.
All right, we qualified first and round 1 of qualifying for the sprint race. Now on the qualifying round 2. Let's go.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
And that's it for sprint qualifying. Plenty more coming up over the rest of the weekend. So we'll see you all tomorrow.
My teammate was 1 spot off from qualifying in the top 10. We still qualified number 1 in round 2. So on to round 3. Right, here we go, round 3.
we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
And that's it for sprint qualifying. Plenty more coming up over the rest of the weekend. So we'll see you all tomorrow.
All right, that's the end of qualifying for the sprint race. We stayed on the pole. So let's get into this race, the sprint race, and get on to the Grand Prix.
So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7-mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights, for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if, of course, the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Blaze lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, and Sainz, Albon, Norris, Hamilton, and Nico Hülkenberg, Behrman, Stroll, Yuki Tsunoda, and Antonelli, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Liam Lawson, and Gabriel Bortoleto. Colapinto and Isaac Hadjar rounds off the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And alongside me today, a man who I'm always pleased to see join me in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, they've got the better of them more often than not.
Yeah, they have, and it's, rule number 1, beat your teammate. They're the one that share the same equipment as you, and yes, the cars can vary and set up from race to race and depending on who has which style, but essentially they're your barometer, the yardstick. If you can beat them, that's the first job you have to do, and it looks like it's going their way, doesn't it? And they need to carry on this momentum, this energy through the rest of the season.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
And I figured out, I learned some things last night after I studied on it. And I remember in the video earlier today, I asked how can I fix my motor from being hurt? Well, I looked into it and I figured out, well, I didn't manage my parts for my car, the components. I didn't manage it very well, and I didn't focus on the upgrades of durability for all my parts. So that has hurt me, and these last couple races, starting with the race this morning, the parts are causing me to struggle a little bit. But hopefully, with just the 2 parts that I have that's worn the most, I can finish the season out. So, if any of you viewers are out there planning on getting into this, getting Formula 125 and doing driver career mode, focus on doing the durability for all your parts. That's what I have learned. And I didn't do that for my first season on here. Of course, I didn't know. And now that I know, yes, if you plan on starting this yourselves in your driver career mode, focus on durability for all your parts, durability upgrades, because that'll help you. I didn't do that, but I will do that. Now that I know, I will do that in season number 2. All right, let's get this sprint race going.
Okay, DRS is now available. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. push.
Come on, team! This is just the
Let's
beginning,
go.
guys.
Won the
I'm so
sprint
proud
race.
of you
We're
all.
starting on pole for the, well, no.
Yes, and that's a
Oh,
podium.
no. Me
Excellent
finishing
drive.
first.
The whole
Oh,
team
yeah,
have worked
well,
especially
they're
hard
always
this weekend,
Grand Prix,
and
and
that,
it's
my
been
friend, is a
that
fantastic
We'll see what
reward.
happens.
Well
Let's
done.
start on pole, but depending on qualifying goes for that Grand Prix, we'll see.
Well, that's an end to the sprint action. Next up, we'll set the grid for the Grand Prix. So we'll see you next time. It's a Saturday showdown. Anyone fancy some hot laps around Interlagos? It's qualifying day here for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix.
All right, qualifying round one for the Grand Prix. Let's go.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
See what we got. Alright, we are currently sitting in second right now, qualifying round 1. See what happens. Alright, we got second in qualifying round 1. It's on to round 2. Let's go.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
he's sitting in first in qualifying round 2. See if we stay there. As long as we can stay in top 10, by the time it hits round 3, we got a chance. Yes, we stayed in first for qualifying round 2. On the round 3. Let's go. Round 3.
That's you into P2. You're currently on the front row. Nice work. Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Did I hear him? I was in P2. P2. See where we end up. Alright, we're starting second in the Grand Prix. Let's go. Alright, race time, 18 laps.
Formula One returns to Interlagos once again with the stage set for what promises to be another classic Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel famously clinched his third championship here in 2012, and just 4 years later, Max Verstappen treated us to one of the finest wet weather drives of all time. It's an unusual anti-clockwise race here in Interlagos, where the Sao Paulo locals are packed into the grandstands at each of the 15 corners around this classic 2.7-mile circuit. Two very fast sections bookend the famous and highly technical Sector 2, where getting a good run out of Junsao into one of the two DRS zones will be key to any overtaking prospects today. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position. And Blaze completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Leclerc, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, and Verstappen, Piastri, Gasly, Albon, and Carlos Sainz, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Stroll, Behrman, Fernando Alonso, Franco Colapinto, and Isaac Hadjar. Lawson and Gabriel Bortoleto rounds off the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. And let's talk momentum with this driver. What a sprint it was. They start at 0 once again for today, but with a huge amount of confidence, surely. Well, they'll definitely be glad that there's not a sprint race today. Let's face it, the sprint couldn't have gone much worse, but what we're looking for today is a reaction. Interlagos, always one of my favourite weekends of the season. Love Brazil, adore this track.
Absolutely spot on, Crofty. I wish you could pick this circuit up and place it, copy-paste it on multiple different locations around the planet, because it is sensational to watch, sensational to drive, and for all these drivers here in Brazil, it's a great time to get stuck into this Interlagos circuit. It's an anti-clockwise track, lots of important corners to get right, and it's a track where you can make or lose an awful lot of lap time.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
All right, here we go.
express now available. Okay, we've got a full course caution. The safety car's out. Keep an eye on the delta. We need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty. Slow down, maintain positive delta. Okay, we're more or less into the pit window now. If you want fresh rubber during the safety car, we're ready for you. Right, Ollie's coming in for his stop. Okay, we're coming up to the safety car now. Do not pass it, you are the leader. Follow the safety car. Car behind's just boxed for mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre now. Tyre wear rates are lower than we expected. Stay out a little longer if you can. Okay, the safety car's coming in this lap. We'll be pacing the field in Sector 3. Make sure to respect the delta until the safety car's into the pit lane. Okay, clear. I've got some information on the Hamilton for you. Okay, it looks like the problem's terminal. They're retiring the car. Tyre condition still looking good. In this lap, push now. Okay mate, we're not using as much fuel as we need to, so let's burn through some more now so that we're not too heavy at the end of the race. Box this lap, please. Box this lap. Okay, one stop to go. Just one stop left in this strategy. Let's go, come on! That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Up to speed now, let's get some heat into those tyres. Okay mate, that still wasn't quite what we needed, I'm afraid, but look, let's move on. Get your head down and chin up and focus till the end of the race. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 6.0 seconds. of seconds over the car behind. Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race. Great manoeuvre, you made it look so easy. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 3.2 seconds. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good. Okay, mate, Lawson behind. We want to keep them behind, please. It's critical for our race. Mind that front wing, it's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 8.3 seconds. Okay, nice work. Really good job with that target, mate. Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap. And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
Well, I kind of had hopes I was going to win that race. I guess
Charles
I should have put it under the
what a
caution.
drive! What a victory! He wins!
And now with
One
4
spot
race
out from
victories
top
in a
10
row, Crofty,
again.
it shows the power that they have, this stranglehold on the championship, and it's for the others to try and stop them before it's too late.
I had fun though. It was a fun race. I had fun.
And once all the hard work is over, and after lap of brilliant racing, it's time now to celebrate with our podium trio. And who gets to take the top step of the podium? Yes, it is I, Leclerc, Charles Leclerc on top. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
I guess I got 8. Huh, okay. Alright, you guys, that's the end of the video for race number 2 today, Saturday the 7th. And race number 3, round 22, will be out later this evening. Y'all take care. Hope you're having a good day. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you later this evening for race number 22. Alright, I'll see you later.
They said it was more than just a driver. They sent him the storm on wheels. Started with dreams on the streets of SP, a boy with a card and a vision to be free. Chasing the sun, always pushing the line, focused on the goal.